Yes, that is a bad crack. That is off Grundman County Boat Launch on the west shore of Lake Winnebago. We're going to be doing two flights today. Obviously, one here at Grundman County Launch, again on the west shore of Lake Winnebago, and then another flight that we're going to start with over on Lake Poygan at the South Shore County Launch. I thought it was pretty important to get some flights in for you guys before the snow came in that is currently falling as I record this on Saturday morning. Just remember, everybody, as you watch these, that I did not actually go out on the ice. I have to follow all FAA rules, and what you see and what I talk about is only what I see from the drone. So before we get over to Lake Poygan to start off today's episode that was taken on the 9th of January 2025, let's cue up that elevator music. Okay, at 4 inches of ice or less, you should really keep off the ice. Once you hit that 4-inch mark, you can go out there on foot. Between 5 to 7 inches, you can take snowmobiles. They are lighter than your side-by-sides or ATVs that require 7 to 8 inches of ice. Between 9 and 12 inches, you can take a car. Once you hit 13 inches to 17 inches, your truck should be safe to be on the ice. Once you hit that 20 inches plus, that is when you can take out the ice castles and the deluxe trailers. As normal, we're over here on Lake Poygan facing west. Obviously, there's no snow cover out on the lakes because of these warm ups that we've had over the last few days. Remember, directions are approximate. Now, I started flying at just under 400 feet here. A lot of people kind of fishing out there on that. I would call it the northwest part of the horseshoe or area. You'll see them if you go out on the lake there. Poygan actually looked like it was setting up pretty good. I want to caution you guys on one thing. When you're going or coming right now, there was a lot of standing water that I could see on the ice itself. So those are probably with the snow going to turn into slush pockets. So be very cautious out there. Make sure, as always, you're telling someone where you're going. The ice conditions change rapidly. There's Nofke's off to the upper left up there, kind of centered, I should say, kind of going off the screen. And then there is the county boat launch where I flew from that I got the circle around. You can see that blue colored water down there. Kind of looks like glacier water to me when I was up in Alaska. It looks similar to that just because of that blue. But there was a lot of standing water out on Poygan. We're going to drop elevations now to right around 150 feet so you guys can get a look at the texture of that ice a little bit more. If you guys still want to keep seeing this, let me know. It does take a lot more time to actually do the editing. Flight time is not minimal at the most. So that's the north shore of Lake Poygan off in the distance there. Like I said, Poygan looks like it's actually setting up very, very good this year. We don't have that large amount of open water that was sitting in front of Nofke's like last year. So, hey, if you guys are not a subscriber, please do me a favor and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. If you got some updated conditions, put those in the show notes. I do not put, the most updated conditions on here, just what I see from the drone. So if you're actually got on the water reports, put that on there. Remember, it's just someone's opinion, but please, please, please put those in the comments. Helps everybody out. Now, through the magic of editing, we're going to get over to the Grundman County launch. Here we are doing a quick fast forwarded flight out to where I did the flight out there. But boy, there's a bunch of people fishing. But this area had some really wicked cracks. On Lake Winnebago, we always start facing north. Here we're doing our pan around, and you can see the lake has definitely frozen in stages. Off in the distance is the east shore of Lake Winnebago. So as we're looking around, you can see where there's some crack lines coming in. Now, as normal, this reminded me of winter or spring breakup conditions out here because of this extremely wicked, weather we've had. It's been too warm. That's Garlic Island off in the left, going off the screen, and we're going into Cowlings Bay itself right now. There was a crack going from the parking lot that I have marked with the squiggly line all the way out to another crack. That was a wicked bad crack. Yes, I sound like I'm from like Boston or something saying wicked bad, but it matched up with that crack line that has open water in it. I don't know what's going to happen as we keep getting more snow on top of this now, but there were some dangerous looking areas out there. You could see that area going off the screen. Now, again, this is just a dropped in elevation. This one was at about 100 feet when I was out there. So, that's the east shore of Winnebago again. When I was referring earlier to the spring breakup conditions, generally speaking, the area of the ice that is closer to shore, as you can kind of see, we're going off this point, it's worse than the actual ice that's out farther. So if you're going to be venturing, onto the ice, be very careful. If you see discolored ice with that snow, be very careful. There were hidden crack lines. I've kind of got the crack circled here in the blue. Again, blue means kind of possible open water, but that was a full blown crack going through the ice. Again, this totally reminds me of spring breakup. So we're finishing up here. I'm going to fly along this crack line, film some people that were coming back from Garlic Island when they were out there fishing. More power to them. They walked all the way out. So enjoy this. If you're not a subscriber, again, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay on the right side of the ice and enjoy your time in the outdoors.